Everything's so green.
And now, it's time for another episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. A show made by 12s from around the world, for 12s around the world. I'm Mosette, and here is your host and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, thank you, Mosette, and welcome 12s to a very special episode 422 of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show as we get ready to recap the Packers and Rams games. So sit back, relax, grab a desired beverage or sin of your choice, and remember, it's not easy being green. Let's meet the posse for this episode. First, from the state of Washington, our very own news hound, his 12th man editorials can be found on the SeahawksSal.com website. You know him as Shadowhawk, and we know him as Will. Hey, kids! Will's here. Hi, Will.
Hey, Moses, how are you?
Wonderful. What's new?
Oh, Rogue One was cool. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Go see Rogue One. Star Wars. That's that Star Trek thing, right?
Yeah, that Battlestar Galactica thing. So.
Yeah, where they like shoot each other with lasers and stuff. Okay. Them special effects is fantastic. Also fantastic, a member of the posse from the state of Washington, a true blue 12 and a true green 12 on Thursday night. We call him Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Hey. Yep, I went in and I did go ahead and get one of those action green jerseys for the game. That was the uniform, so I had to fit in.
You know, my athletic director at school, I said, I don't know if you saw the uniforms. And he said, you know what I saw? He said, they showed the screen. I'd point in the crowd. I go, there's $150. There's $150. There's $150.
Well, I mean, I had a discount, so it was like,
That's good.
20% off. So
Not
Well, when I got mine, I had a gift card and a rewards card and a 15% discount. So I only had $15 out of pocket for mine.
See, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Not bad. I'm sure we'll be talking about that fashion statement when we get to the third quarter about the Rams. But before we get there, we do have to mention that sadly, Matt from merry old England still has a bit of a fizzy-wig. So we wish him a quick and speedy recovery, and he'll be back soon. We're really wishing him a quick and speedy recovery so I don't have to do my English accent anymore. But
we're wishing that too, Moses.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think everybody's wishing that. But we will press on without Matt. Sadly, he is not feeling well, but hopefully he'll feel better soon. Feel better, Matt. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and get to this show. It's sort of like a real NFL football game, 4 quarters at a halftime. First quarter, we'll have NFL news. In the second quarter, we're going to recap the Packers game. That's going to be a very short quarter, I have a feeling. The Seahawks 38-10 loss against the Packers. I have a feeling we won't be recapping very much there. But we will do this. We're contractually obligated to do so, so we will talk about that game. And then at halftime, of course, it is the best Seahawk theme to play along game on the internet. Of course, 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia. If I'm not mistaken, Mark won last week, did he not?
He did indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's mono between Dustin and Will. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm sure Matt's sitting there going, oh, yes, it's very cute. The Americans are just playing until I show up and can win. So in quarter 3, we recap the Rams game, which will be a lot more fun than quarter 2. And then quarter 4, we're going to play a game called Truth or Crap. The posse and I are going to give you a statement related to Seattle or the Seahawks loosely or directly. And we're going to get a minute to decide whether what they're saying is true or if it's total crap. So those are always fun to come up with. And before we do all this, of course, please like, share, subscribe to the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. Join us on our Facebook group, 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We always have a game day thread. I do a little pregame before we record this show on Fridays. We're also on Twitter, Seahawk Positivity, email 12-Man Fan Jam Show. All right, let's get to the first quarter and news. Yes, the 12-Man Fan Jam Show news. Well, you're out trying to remove the Color Rush jerseys from your eyes. It's our news hound, Will. Will, what you got for us?
Well, Moses, as anybody who watched last night's game, Thursday night's game, realizes, the Rams are in dire need of a coach to turn that franchise around.
You think?
I rather enjoyed that. But one of the names that popped up early was current University of Michigan coach and former San Francisco 49ers coach Jim Harbaugh, who would be a very high-profile hire and probably could do some good stuff with that franchise. It'd be an intriguing choice, but
Yes.
Jim Harbaugh is not interested, and he made that very clear in a team banquet in a manner that only Jim Harbaugh could manage. Quote, "I'm not leaving Michigan, not even considering it. A lot of this talk is coming from our enemies, from coaches. You know the names. You probably know the names of the top three I'm referring to. They like to say that to the media. They like to tell that to the recruits, to their families, try to manipulate them into going to some other school besides Michigan. We know them as jive turkeys. Say it like it is. That's the way it is."
God.
So I think it's safe to say Jim Harbaugh will not be coaching the LA Rams next year.
No, and say it like it is, like it was 1974, apparently, where jive turkeys were, all over the place. Jive turkeys. Now, he used that before, remember?
Yeah.
The whole Thanksgiving thing. He's got a thing for jive turkeys. I always say, what would happen if Jim Harbaugh became coach of the Rams? How would you guys feel? How would Seahawk fans feel? Who cares how we feel? How would a 49er fan feel?
I'd be happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, they would feel, great. This guy and then watch him go in L.A. and make something. I don't know, Dustin, how attractive is that Los Angeles Rams coaching job?
I'd take it. But,
okay, Dustin throws his hat officially in the ring right here.
Yeah, but I don't know. They'd have to pay a coach a lot of money to an established coach that's in a good situation. They'd have to pay him a lot to pull him away from there because the team it's struggling. They have some talent, but they're just not good. The whole LA thing, I'm sure that's intriguing to some people, but I don't know. I can't see a really big name person taking the job right now, to be honest with you.
Well, I think it's easy to speculate. You put 1 + 1 together. Like every time a former USC Trojan goes out on the waiver wire, he's going to Seattle because of Pete Carroll, man. And he had him at USC. It's so easy. Pete Carroll was in L.A. Hey, wait a minute. That team's in L.A. Let's put them together. He's going to go to L.A. It's like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little ridiculous. And I agree with you. I think it's going to be somebody else. But I don't know, Will. What do you think about the job? They've got some young guns and some good positions, don't they?
Well, they've got talented players at a few positions, but aside from Aaron Donald, you'd expect to be getting more out of them than you really had. Mm-hmm. And you look at Les Snead and some of the decisions he's made as general manager, and that's I'd be a little leery of that. And then just watching Jared Goff last night, I know he's a rookie. I know you can't write these guys off too quickly, but man, that guy does not look like a franchise quarterback.
Oh, ouch. Well, we'll talk more of that third quarter, but ouch if you're a Rams fan. That's not exactly what you want to hear. But
hey, Fran Tarkenton said the exact same thing on Twitter a few days ago. Said, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he does not look like a number 1 overall pick.
Woo! Wow. Did not know that. That's sad. So, yeah, but, they do have a running back. And they've got, they got an X factor. They don't have a number 1 receiver. I don't think Brett's getting old, and their line is horrendous offensively. Defensively they have some good things in the front 4, but the rest, the back 7 suspect, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who drafts whoever they pick up. I predict it's not going to be somebody high profile, as everyone wants it to be. The chic picks. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be somebody we're all going to go who, but.
I honestly, I got to say, I would love to have Harbaugh back in the division just so I could hate playing the guy again. But
I know,
yeah,
I miss
not
him.
going to happen.
Yeah, that's a double-edged sword because it's fun to hate him, but he is a pretty good coach too. So,
he wins everywhere he goes. You got to give it to him. Yep. Will, what's your second story?
Well, another interesting fact about Thursday's game was it was fairly nippy outside. It was right around freezing, dipped into the high 20s by the end of the game. Personally, I realized afterwards I was wearing over 7 pounds worth of clothing as layers and was still cold. But it could be a lot worse. The Bears are set to play the Packers this Sunday at Soldier Field, and it is forecast to be the coldest game in stadium history. They're calling for temperatures of -1 Fahrenheit, breaking the previous record of 2 degrees Fahrenheit at kickoff.
Where's this at?
At Soldier Field.
At Chicago, okay.
Yeah. Just for comparison's sake, the Seahawks game at Minnesota, the wild card game last January, temperature at kickoff was officially -6 degrees. The Ice Bowl in 1967, Packers and Cowboys, was -13 degrees.
Wow.
My favorite part about this story actually comes from the Sports Illustrated article on it. It's the last sentence in the article. Quote, "Fans in attendance are encouraged to dress warm for the event."
Yes, you think?
Wow.
Yeah, and in other
hilarious.
news, you might want to wear a hat because that's where you'll freeze to death if you don't wear a hat.
Yeah.
Good grief. -1. And y'all talking about, it's 30. I had all these clothes on. We've had wind chills here of where I'm at -10, -20. So it has been chilly here without question. But not -1. That's scary, and that's not that far from where I'm at. So I'm a little concerned about that. But yeah, what do you think about that, Dustin? A little chilly?
Yeah, too cold for me. I'm glad I will not be attending that game.
No,
that was cold enough last night. Man, that was miserable. So
it's got to be hard enough just to go to a Bears game anyway right now. I mean, let alone.
Yeah. Well, seriously though, why would you want to go to that game if the Bears are playing so badly when you're going to freeze your butt off too?
God, no.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Not
Cold
worth
weather
it.
and the Bears, no, thank you. I'm sure I have to wash my hair. So, wow. Well, that was a very chilly ending to the news there, Will. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
All right, let's end the first quarter there.
It's the end of the first quarter, bitches.
All right. Coming up on this episode of 12 Man Fan Jam Show, lots of show left, halftime trivia. But coming up next, we have to stop and take a look at that Packers game. We'll be quick, but we'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Rosette, and you are listening to 12 Man Fan Jam Show. Dad, I need more money.
What for now?
Look, do you want me to graduate or not?
Okay, let me get my wallet.
Holy shit, it's the second quarter.
Yes, welcome to the second quarter of a special episode of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We're going to recap the Packers and the Rams game. This quarter, unfortunately, we're going to go over that Seahawks loss in Green Bay 38-10 last Sunday. There's enough blame to go around. We'll make this quick and as painless as possible. So we'll just muddle through the second quarter and get right to the Rams game after halftime trivia. But Dustin, offensively, this game for Seattle was pretty disappointing, wasn't it?
I think you could say that safely, yes.
Yes.
I would agree. There wasn't offense.
There was?
No, I said there was not offense.
No, there was no offense there.
That pretty much sums it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they ran the ball a little bit, I think, for 136 yards or something in that area, mm-hmm. But I mean, 5 turnovers, or was it 6? I know Russell threw 5 picks.
6 with the fumble at the end from Alex Collins.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, you can't win football games that way. And you cannot. Yeah, and if you can't hold on to the ball and do everything that Pete preaches with how important it is to control the ball, you're just going to be in for a bad day. And then we get the crap we watched in Green Bay. I mean, Russell was pretty bad.
Russell had probably, in my opinion, the worst game of his career. And I'm no different than the rest of you guys listening to this, but to me, I felt like it was his worst game of his career. But some of those interceptions were tips that, I mean, the Baldwin hit him right in the face mask. I mean, it looked like a bad movie, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Yep. A very, very comical bad movie.
Comical unless you're a Seahawk fan. It was kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah, there was just some of the mistakes were ridiculous, and the offensive line was not doing his thing very well. And like I said, Russell Wilson he was uncharacteristic with throwing the ball into double and triple coverage.
Yes.
And just stuff that he doesn't normally do, trying to force things instead of taking what was there. And
overthrowing people. We had 2 scores. And not saying anything, it was 38-10. But we had 2 scores early in that game that were awful overthrows for him. Mm-hmm. And I say that now, we're spoiled. I understand we're spoiled. You know, I've gone through this Kelly Stauffer era and the Stan Gelbaugh era and, the John Kitten era. I know.
Shudder.
I know we're spoiled, okay? But when your expectations for this quarterback are where they're at and he throws a game like he threw last Sunday, I mean, just overthrowing, an open Graham, and I think the other one was that was Baldwin, wasn't it, that he overthrew for a touchdown?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep.
Yeah. Just overthrowing people just looked awful. And then, the interceptions were not good. A couple were tipped, but still, Just a disaster on offense. Will, what else do we miss on offense? Anything that we want to mention?
Well, one thing, hurting us even more. Troymaine Pope was running halfway decent, but suffered what was termed a pretty significant ankle sprain. So
Right.
who knows if we see him again this year?
Right.
Alex Collins actually ran the ball well a couple times, except for that last run when that ball just popped out. And when that happened, I just started laughing because the whole thing was just so ridiculously bad. I mean, it's like every bad habit we haven't had over the past several years. It all happened on one game. And
Absolutely. I didn't really. I don't know how everybody else reacted. I'm kind of like you, Will. I just kind of sat there. I didn't really. I just went, oh, great. That's good. Oh, wonderful. I mean, just kind of sat there the whole game and just kind of watched it. I didn't even really. I didn't get overly upset. I didn't get overly angry. I just kind of went, oh yeah, we just really deserved to lose by 28 points today. And defensively, Will, a one-legged quarterback, even though it's Aaron Rodgers, for once I think you want to flush him out of the pocket because with his bad hamstring, he was writing notes. He was sending out gift cards and Christmas cards. He was eating his sandwich. He had all kinds of time back there. Defensively, this game was a disaster as well, wasn't it?
Well, I said leading up to it that what we had to do to win was make Aaron Rodgers' life miserable, and that didn't happen.
No.
And, from looking at it and from some of Pete Carroll's comments afterwards, it looks like our game plan was just to try to contain him in the pocket.
Ugh.
And like you said, he had a bum hamstring, a bum calf.
Yeah.
I can understand not wanting to blitz successfully because, he's still Aaron Rodgers. And
Sure.
if you bring a blitz and don't get there, he's going to make you pay for it. But unleash the hounds. I mean,
yeah, especially when you're down, 20 or whatever. Go for it.
Yeah,
why not?
You're gonna have a couple of plays where he gets loose and runs for it a bit, but I think that's a trade-off you make just to get a guy in his face more often and hopefully beat him up a little bit.
Yeah. And then it was a weird double threat on defense as well. We couldn't stop the run or the pass, could we, Dustin?
No, we could not. There was
that sums it up. So,
that pretty much sums up the game. Last question about this game, and we're going to get out of here. We're going to do our game balls and our caption that picture. But before we do, you say great thing about these games is they only count for one loss. Will, was there more into this than just the one loss, or were we exposed? Were the Packers better than we thought they were, or was it more us just being awful, I guess is what I want to get at.
Well, I think a lot of it was us being awful, but it's going to be interesting to see what the Packers do over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just because, the Lions have a brutal schedule. The Vikings are in rough shape. Green Bay could steal this division.
They could.
And the good news for Seattle is Green Bay's already lost 6 games. So they're not really going to factor into the whole second seed, first round bye discussion for us.
Right.
But they could steal the NFC North. Keep an eye on those guys.
Yeah. Dustin, your thoughts? Was it Green Bay being better than we thought, or was it us being worse than we should be?
I think it's one of those situations where we caught a team at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing really good football right now, and we had a bad day. It's kind of like Tampa. Tampa, we caught them when they're playing really good football. I think they've won like 5 or 6 in a row now.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's not who you play, it's when you play them. And right now is not a good time to play those teams.
Very well said. I like that. It's not who it is. It's when you play them. And it's also when it's time to do the Posse Prediction Challenge. So let's go ahead and put this game to bed because I don't want to talk any more about it. All right, first on the scores for this game, the Packers game.
Oh, dear.
I point to Mark Ty Turner. He said 28-27. That's the closest we had to anyone having the Seahawks losing. Prognostications, 3 points to Little Mo and Jose. Game balls, well, you know what? There aren't any game balls for this stink burger. I didn't give anybody a stink game ball. No one deserved one, so we're not going there. And, of course, it was the over because it was 38-10. So 2 points for me, Matt, Will, Stacksman, Mark, Little Mo, Jose, Mark, Ty Turner for the over. I mean, scores look like this for this game. Little Mo with 5, Jose with 5, Mark Ty Turner with 3, and then me, Matt, Will, and Statsman Mark all with 2. Individual scores after the Packers game. Jose, 54-50 over Little Mo. Mike Pascal and Marty Turner, 40. Tom, 35. And then Team Posse. Dustin at 34. Stats and Mark at 33. Matt at 30. Will at 29. And me at 20. Team scores after the Packer game. Team 12, 219. Team Posse, 146. Almost sounds like the game we just talked about. All right.
Holy crap, yeah.
Hey, it's only 73 points. Okay.
Has Team 12 officially clinched?
I think they've officially clinched. I don't know how they're going to blow 70 points in the next two games, but we'll see. All right, let's put that baby behind us. Let's caption a picture. Yes, caption a picture where we decide to take a picture and add a little witty caption to it. I thought this was a great picture from game day. This poor little guy in a little hole of snow. It's very sad. Will, caption that picture.
I thought Mom and Dad were supposed to put me on a shelf.
What about you, Dustin? Can you caption that picture?
Yeah, that's Russell Wilson icing his ass after that ass kicking he got in Green Bay.
Nice. I got two. Johnny demonstrates the Seahawk-Packer game in interpretive dance. He was the Seahawks. Or Johnny will have to stay there until spring break, or spring thaw, rather, which, of course, in Green Bay is in late July. All right. That's the end of the first quarter.
Second quarter.
Or second quarter. What quarter is this? Where are we? This is second quarter.
It's almost halftime.
Hey! Is it halftime? It's halftime.
Holy shit, it's halftime!
All right, it's halftime. Coming up, so much more show. What do we think of the win against the Rams? Could you see the color rush uniforms from outer space? Can anyone adjust my set after that game? All these answers and more just around the corner, but first, it's another edition of 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. Coming up next!
Hi, I'm Mosette, and you're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Dad, can I go to a slumber party?
Sure, Mosette. Where's it at?
It's at Tony's.
Tony?
Yeah, Dad, Tony. It's a girl.
Oh, okay. Well, who else is going to be there?
Johnny, Frankie, Joe, Adrian,
Hey, wait a minute.
Aaron,
Mosette, those could be
Jay,
boys'
Jesse,
names too, you know.
Taylor, Pat, Dakota.
Yes, it's halftime, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of the best play-along Seahawk-themed trivia game show on the internet. It's time for 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. And here's your host, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity. Yes, thank you, me, and welcome to another edition of 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia.
Of the world!
The trivia game that tests the knowledge of both our posse and our listeners.
Sure does.
Sure tests it, all right. Our contestants of the posse themselves, Will and Dustin, and here are the rules. So here's how the trivia game works. There'll be 2 rounds of questions. Each contestant answers 1 question each round. If they get it correct, they get 1 point. After 2 rounds of questions, there'll be a final trivia question worth 2 points. If there's a tie after that, then the tie players go on to a special secret overtime question where the winner becomes reigning 12-Man Fan Jam Show Trivia Champion and also gets a prize chosen especially for them. As an added bonus to those listening on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel, the questions and possible answers will be displayed on your screen so you, the viewer and listener, can play along as well. If you do, please let us know how you did on the questions. Remember, there's no Googling, no phone a friend, and please, no wagering. However, there is a lifeline. Before taping this show, my 2 charming Seahawk fan children, Mosette and Little Mo, did take the quiz as well. If the contestants want to know what the kids said, they can ask that but once and only once during the entire game show and only in the first 2 rounds. Now let's get ready to play 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. All right. Gentlemen, you know the rules. It is mono-e-mono this evening, so Dustin gets to decide if he's odd or even. Hey, Dustin.
Odd.
Dustin's odd. And Will.
Then I'm getting even.
All right, 6 questions. No break. You get to ask the kids once. You'll have 2 questions that are normal football questions. But, of course, as always, You'll have one question that's a little odd. Just like Dustin. Here we go. You ready? All right, Dustin, your first question is a football question. By the way, the topics are the Cardinals and the 49ers, the teams that we're going to play still in the season. All right. Dustin, yours is a Cardinals question. In 2012, the Cardinals lost to the Seahawks in Seattle 58-0.
That was a cool game.
8 times, yeah. How many turnovers did the Cardinals have in that game? 4, 6, or 8? Dance!
I'm going to go with 6.
I'm going to go with 6. Mosette went with 4. Little Mo went with 6. Keep dancing! All right. Dustin went with 6.
I did.
And the answer actually is... it's 8.
It was 8?
8
Holy crap.
turnovers.
Wow.
Woo!
I didn't think that was possible. I thought that
like
was just a number you threw
3
out there.
fumbles and foul. Yeah, it was just a mess. 8 turnovers. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That crazy talk. All right. Mr. Get Even, number 2. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. It doesn't have to be the big Get Even. I'm sorry, that's an old song. This is your non-football question.
Oh, dear.
It's about Cardinals. What do scientists believe is the reason for a female cardinal to sing to a male cardinal from her nest? Is it to tell him the eggs are about to hatch? Is it to tell him that she's hungry? Or to tell him that she's ready to mate? Why does a female cardinal sing to a male cardinal from her nest?
Moses, I think you need to stop the organ and start playing a little Marvin Gaye, because that cardinal is ready to get it on.
Little mood lighting.
Nice.
All right, he says get rid on, and little Mo said she wants to tell him the eggs have hatched, and Mosette says the same as you. Now okay. I'm gonna talk to Mosette.
I just figured she was nagging, like take the garbage out or something like that.
The answer is she's hungry. She's actually, I think that she has to be fed. She's hungry, so she is kind of nagging. So there you go.
Oh, there it is.
See, you learned.
That sounds like a woman. I mean,
oh, okay. That was. Please send all that comments to Dustin. His name is Dustin. Care of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show at gmail.com. All right. Once again,
we have a Gmail address?
The opinions expressed on this show are the opinions of those who make them and not the show. All right.
Dennis makes the show, though, so...
Dustin is odd, so here we go. Dustin, the last time the Seahawks played the Cardinals in Seattle, how many turnovers did the Cardinals have in that game? Was it 1, 2, or 3? That was the one where that little punk did his dance on the sideline.
Yeah, twat waffle.
Which, but okay, yeah, we all say that, but let's be honest. If we saw that from another team, we go, that's awesome.
But we didn't.
But we didn't, so forget him. All right.
I'll
1, 2, or
2.
3 turnovers. How many turnovers did the Cardinals have against us the last time they played us?
I'll
in
say
our place.
2.
All right. Little Mo said 1. Mosette said 2. You said 2. Man, we're on a roll tonight. 3 turnovers. They still won. Sad but true.
Yeah, that is sad.
That was
all right,
one weird game.
We're moving on to San Francisco. Will knows that his 2 questions in this round are going to be okay, and I think Dustin kind of knows after 2 questions that are football related what his is going to be, but we'll move on. Will.
Yes, sir.
It's about the 49ers. The first time the Seahawks played the San Francisco 49ers was 1976. I remember it well, bicentennial. How many touchdown passes did Jim Plunkett throw? And yes, I brought this out just to say Jim Plunkett for the 49ers. Did he throw 2, 3, or 4 touchdown passes against the Seahawks in 1976? 2, 3, or 4 touchdown passes. What Jim Plunkett threw? Both his parents are, I believe, either blind or deaf. True story. I think they're deaf.
Oh, wow.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Along those lines, I'm going to say... I don't know.
You're going to say
4.
I'll go 4. Mosette said 2. Well, Mo said 4. You said 4. And the correct answer
Man.
It's 3. 3. He threw 3 touchdown passes. Yeah. Well, so
I've
far,
forgotten Plunkett was even a 49er. So
yeah, he was for his Raider. He was, wasn't he Rookie of the Year with the PayPal? I don't know. All right, but I digress. All right, here comes your non-football question, Dustin, that you've been waiting for.
Oh, I've been really hoping for this one, though. So
yeah,
I'm
you're
excited.
gonna love this one.
Yeah.
Who starred in a 1936 movie, San Francisco? Was it Humphrey Bogart, Charles Lawton, or Spencer Tracy? 1936 movie, San Francisco. This person actually won an Oscar for his portrayal in San Francisco. It was about the San Francisco fire. Humphrey Bogart, earthquake. Humphrey Bogart, Charles Lawton, or Spencer Tracy?
I don't know, Paul. I've only even heard of one of those dudes.
You don't know that?
No. I'll say the Dick Tracy or whatever his name was.
Spencer Tracy?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, Little Mo said Spencer Tracy. And you said Spencer Tracy. And Mosette said Humphrey Bogart. But she's wrong because it's Spencer Tracy.
Nice.
Nice.
Bogart's the only one I'd even heard of. I have no idea who this guy is.
Somebody finally got on the board. All right. Will, your last question is this. The first time the Seahawks beat the 49ers in San Francisco was 1997. How many total sacks were there in the game by both teams? 4, 5, or 6? Total sacks in 1997 when the Seahawks beat the 49ers. 4, 5, or 6?
I think it was 90 because each player technically... Wait, what are we talking about?
No, not that kind of sack, Dustin.
Oh, sorry.
What were the options? 4, 5, or 6?
4, 5, or 6.
I will go 5.
I will go 5. Mosette said 4. Little Mo said 6. You said 5. It was 6.
Wow.
It was 6. Seattle 2, San Francisco 4. Okay. Dustin, we got 1 right out of 6 this week.
Pretty good.
Woo!
Yeah.
Good.
Which means we will have a champion after the final question. Of course, it is a number high-low. The closest without going over gets the 2 points and the championship and gets to hear their theme song as we go into the third quarter. Of course, if you're both over, whoever's the closest to the number gets the 2 points and that theme song. Here we go. We're going to start with Will, and then Dustin gets to go second. Will, the final question is this. It has to do with last Sunday's game in Green Bay.
Oh, crap.
I know. One last time.
Does it suck the answer?
Yeah. Last Sunday in Green Bay, Will, how many first downs did the Seahawks get in that game? How many Seahawks first downs in that game in Green Bay? It lost 38-10. How many first downs did they have?
First downs total or first downs on third down conversions?
Total first downs.
They actually moved the ball halfway decently in that
I would say,
game.
does that change your answer in some way? Like, well, on third down conversions they had this many, but I'll have to add some more. Did you really have it down to a science that you had to ask that question? That's pretty impressive.
No, I'm just trying to give myself more time to figure this out.
Okay, sorry. First downs against Green Bay last Sunday for Seahawks.
I'm going to go with an even 10.
An even 10. Dustin?
Well, this is actually one thing that they did well. They had more first downs than Green Bay. Green Bay had 18, I believe, and Seattle had 22.
22.
Yep, pretty sure.
Well, I didn't realize Rain Man was working tonight. Okay. Someone quick drop a bunch of football cards in front of Dustin and see if he can count them. All right. Last Sunday in Green Bay, the Seahawks had, surprise, surprise, 22 first downs.
Wow.
What the heck? Who is this guy?
I was hoping Dustin would have been over by 1. So he could join the club.
I'm pretty sure I got both of them right there. I'm pretty sure Green Bay had 18 as well.
Yeah, you did. Actually, I have it here. Green Bay 18, Seattle 22.
See,
Why
no
in the
fair.
name
I
of-
successfully repressed all my memories from that game.
Yeah. What in God's name Dustin, I don't even want to ask. How the hell did you know that?
Because I knew we were going to talk about it.
Why in the hell would you know that?
Yeah.
I looked it up because I was trying to think anything positive on offense, and then when we talked about the offense, I completely forgot about it. So you asked a question.
See,
that was like one positive that I could think of.
That right there is Seahawk positivity, folks.
Yeah.
Straight up. That is Seahawk positivity in action. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Spectacular, crowd-pleasing, heart-stopping, award-winning edition of a 12-man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia. We'll be right back with the second half of the show. We're going to talk about the Rams and play truth or crap in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back after the station ID. Skilo, take us out.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl with a good, I would call her.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel.
Holy shit, it's the third quarter.
Yes, welcome to the third quarter of your 12-man Fan Jam Show. Hey, you. Yes, you. Telling the NFL shop to take my money for division champion shirts and hats. Like or comment this video. Join us on Facebook at the 12-man Fan Jam Show Facebook page. Email us at 12manfanjamshow@gmail.com. Tweet us at Seahawk Positivity. Make this part of your Seahawk fix. Do it now, and we'll have free shipping for a limited time. All right. Hey, the Packers really brought us down in the second quarter, and then Dustin came back with this amazing Rain Man response to the final question. So now let's even build on that, and let's talk about this wonderful Rams game. A game that not only did the Seahawks win 24-3, not only did they beat the Rams, but not only was there a color rush uniform involved, but they also just happened to have clinched the NFC West Division, which, by the way, for those of you keeping track, what I read on Twitter today, since we've been in the NFC West since 2002, this will be our 8th division championship in that division. And the other 3 teams combined have 7. So next time a 49er fan wants to throw something in your face, you can take that and mic drop. All right. Will, offensively, kind of a rough half for the first half, but they seem to get their act together. What was your thoughts about this game offensively for the Seahawks?
Well, that kind of sums it up. I mean, we had trouble running the ball all game, but that was more due to the Rams' defensive front than I think any deficiency on our end. I thought we were running hard. It's just they were playing the run better than we were used to. Jermaine Ifedi had a rough game, but he was going up against Aaron Donald, so I'd expect him to have a rough game. Russell Wilson, I thought, really got better as the game went on. I think early on in the game he was still a little off, still misfiring a little bit. You get into the second half, he really, his accuracy really came back. I think he worked through whatever was bothering him. That long touchdown pass to Tyler Lockett was a thing of beauty.
Yes.
And I saw that. It's like, yes, I am so glad to see that again. Because I think right there he really got it. He did throw that pick late in the game, but the game was over. I'll write that one off at this point. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good performance. I think our running game will come back next week against the Cardinals. Definitely against the 49ers in 2 weeks. But overall, I thought we had a pretty good game on offense.
I thought we did good too. Dustin, your thoughts about the offense?
Yeah, I thought they played really well. They scored in 3 of the 4 quarters. Mm-hmm. They did really well on third down. They did well on picking up their first downs or getting a bunch of first downs, and they had some nice plays. They had some creativity out there too, which was fun. The running game wasn't working. They just tried a bunch of different things. The one where they snapped it to McAvoy, that threw me off a little bit.
Yeah.
that could have been another huge play too, because if Baldwin hadn't slipped, he had a chance to make a play on the ball.
Right.
He just happened to fall down. But yeah, overall, I was impressed with most everything except for the offensive line not being able to open up any holes to run.
Yeah. Well, that Aaron Donald guy, he's pretty good. I don't know if you noticed him.
Yeah, I saw him a little
Guy's
bit.
A beast.
Yeah.
What I liked about this offensive performance myself is when I sat down to do I had to do the game balls and stuff, and I watched the game again after school today with Lil Mo. We were watching it, especially the second half. When we watched the second half, it was always somebody different. Baldwin, absolutely wicked. I didn't catch it last night as much as I did seeing it again, but breaking the ankles of that defensive back.
Yeah.
Oh, my
that was
God.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And Chris Collinsworth goes, oh, like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's he doing? Oh, my God. Collinsworth's like way ahead of it for me. And he saw that. And I'm like, man, that was wicked. And then you said, well, Baldwin had a great game. Then you have Lockett, who had that bomb and had 130 yards receiving. He had a monster game. We throw a 3-yard pass to Jimmy Graham that turns into a 30-yard gain. Everybody was contributing. Wilson,
and that was a one-handed catch, too.
Yeah, Luke Wilson with a touchdown catch. It wasn't just one guy in the passing game. If next week you're thinking about scheming against us, passing offense, you have to go, well, yeah, they got Jimmy Graham, but they've got Lockett, they've got Baldwin, and Russell passes the ball to everybody, which is even better. So that's what I liked about the offensive performance, especially the passing game. And I'm with you guys. Listen, Aaron Donald's an absolute beast. That guy is amazing. Yeah. He is fun to watch if you're not playing the Rams. But he is a wrecking ball on defense. He's unbelievable. But as much as that is our running game, I mean, I still felt like Rawls was running hard and that Wilson was, I love 3rd and 4, Wilson gets 6 yards or whatever. It was a really solid, what I call it today was efficient. We were efficient on offense, I felt like.
Yeah, they were definitely very efficient for the most part. It was good to see.
Yeah, it was. Also efficient, Dustin, especially the second half, again, was our defense. They seemed to be pretty efficient in the second half.
They're pretty good overall. I mean, held it to 3 points. It's pretty impressive.
True.
And had 4 sacks, missed on a couple of interceptions, but we were in the right place to, have the possibility to get those interceptions. So that was nice. I think the one Sherman didn't even see it. It was in the right corner of the end zone. He's running.
That was like a 4th and 11 or 2, wasn't there, or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. He had his back to the ball, and then it went. If he'd have turned his head, that was an interception all the way.
Yeah, probably.
There's I don't know what else you can say about it. They played really good.
Especially the second half, I thought. The second half played well. Now, the first half, they had a couple, we'll call lucky breaks with some wide open touchdown passes that were dropped, but that's going to happen.
That's true, yeah.
But especially the second half, I thought a big thing they did in the second half, the defense did, was they finally got to Goff in the second half.
Well, they got to him a bit in the first half. I mean, that first drive, Frank Clark ended it with a sack. But
True.
It was. I was saying all week, I was looking forward to initiating the rookie, bringing him into CenturyLink Field, and they did that. I mean, they got 4.
And Sherman,
they got the sacks, and then Sherman blasting Goff on the sidelines of that one play. I mean, that's a rookie mistake right there. You don't try to run it in at that situation. You step out of bounds and don't take the hit.
Well, we clinched the division. 2 questions from this. One a fun question, one not so fun. The neon green uniforms. I don't know where I'm at on this. I watched them. I watched the whole game, and I'm still going, I don't know where I'm at on this. Dustin, thumbs up or thumbs down on the color rush?
I'm kind of in the middle. When I see them in person, I like them. When I saw it on TV, I wasn't a big fan, and when I first saw it on the internet, I didn't like them at all. So it's weird how they're like that because, like I said, in person, I like the way they look. So I'm kind of in the middle on that one.
Well, me too. I'm totally in the middle. Will?
Well, funny story. I wore my Color Rush jersey to the movie today, and actually had to take it off about 10 minutes in because it was too bright for all the rest of the moviegoers. That's a little early one for Truth or Crap coming up, but no. I like the jerseys. I'm glad that it's not something we regularly wear. If that was our official alternate jersey, I think I'd get sick of them real quick. But for a one-time deal for something once in a blue moon, it was fun. And they got into it. They painted the end zones green. All the cheerleaders and Blue Thunder were green, and the team was having fun with it. So why not?
It was fun. It was a neat little celebration for what it is.
Stadium lights were green too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is where we remember Miss Matt, because, Matt, well, with the uniforms, I'd say we a little bit of a fizzy-wig. No. I thought a little too much with the shoes and the socks. I would like to have seen them, if they had the regular black shoes with the white socks, I would have been a lot happier. It's just that green all the way down was a little much for me, but we'll see. I don't know. I kind of like the shirts, so I don't know. I don't know about. I'm thinking about it, but if you're on 12-Man Fan Jam at Facebook page, go on to our little poll there and tell us what you think, because I'm really honestly have no idea what I think of the uniforms. All right, and the second thing we have to go before we go to start talking about how the scores were from our challenge that we're losing by 70 points is this. Up 24-3, we run a fake punt. Our punter runs for 35 yards and then is immediately tackled by the invisible man. Ball goes flying in the air and he gets a concussion. We don't know as at this point, I don't think, how he's doing on protocol, other than he's going through it. Dustin, yay or nay on that play? What are your thoughts?
I thought it was a good play. It was a smart idea, and they obviously got the first down. Yeah. But the execution left something to be desired.
The ending left something to be desired, really.
Yeah. They, man, I don't know what made that ball fly up in the air like that.
No idea. No idea. We should have a top 3 on that, shouldn't we?
Yeah, he looked like he got knocked out too when he was on the ground. Him and Michael Bennett both looked like they got knocked out.
Yeah, but he's an American Gladiator, right? He'll come through this all right.
It's funny. It's Ryan has one play every year where he just does something ridiculous. I mean, he had this play.
Yeah.
He had the play in Minnesota where he tried to vault over the line and face planted.
Broke his
even
nose.
that touchdown pass in the championship game 2 years ago, he had that goofy expression on his face when he threw it. But
he did.
I like the call. I think that was a big action green FU to a team that had our number for a while. And it was well deserved. But I think he was trying to secure the ball, and that's why it popped out, and that's why he got hit. If he hadn't bobbled it, I think he just goes down. They tag him down, and it's play over, no problem. But yeah, it hurt to see him take a hit that bad, and got to wonder, maybe we have to bring somebody in for next week. I don't know.
I certainly hope not. I hope the protocol comes through okay. I hate to think we have to have a punter for just a week.
I know he had to go to the hospital last night. Afterwards.
Yeah, but he was doing well there though. So
yeah,
I tweeted out that he was fine.
I hope so, and we do have the luxury of a little bit of time here. I know the Colts played Thursday night a couple weeks ago. They could not play Andrew Luck because he didn't get through the protocol. We have a little extra time here, so I'm hoping that's going to help. I'm hoping that'll help.
I think their prototocol thing, is like 8 days. So,
okay. So that's good then, because we'll get him back. So we'll see. Fingers crossed for him. I know that they said that I think they've already cleared Bennett, have they not?
Yeah, Carroll said he had actually wrenched his neck, and it wasn't technically a concon. So good. So we came out relevantly healthy in that game, I do believe, other than a flat tire on Rawls, which cost us a timeout. Russell's trying to fix. But other than that, we came out all right. All right. One thing we also came out all right are our prognostications and game balls from the Posse Prediction Challenge. Our scores. Little Mo got 3 points because he said 40-3, so he got 3 points for the Rams. And 1 point to Tom. Good score, 27-6 out of 24-3. That's pretty good. Prognostications, 3 points to Jose. He did not say a fake field goal. I looked it up. He said fake kick will be foiled, and they had a fake attempt that didn't work, so he got 3 points. Mike Pascal and myself, they were held under 200 yards of offense, which I was very excited about because I didn't think that would happen. Game balls, 2 points to Jose for Averill, and 2 points to me and Tom for Wilson. Really, I think the game ball would be Lockett, but he was not on the list. And the over-under was under, so 2 points to Matt, Will, Tom, Jose, and Mark Tye Turner. The scores this week look like Jose won the week with 7, Moses, me at 5, Tom 5, Little Mo, Mike Pascal 3, Matt, Will, Mark Tye Turner 2. Individual scores through the Rams games. Jose strengthens his lead with 8 points over Little Mo, 61-53. Mike Pascal 43, Mark Tye Turner 40, Tom 40, Turner 42, Tom 40, and then of course Team Posse. Dustin 34, Statsman Mark 33, Matt 32, Will 31, me 25. I'm coming up on you, Will. I'm sneaking in there. 6 Our
points
battle
behind.
for 11th place.
Yes. which means our scores as we stand going into next week's show, as we make our predictions for the Cardinal game. Team 12, 239. Team Posse, 155. Guys, it's only 84 points. I'm sure we can come back in 2 games and do that. All right.
Easily.
Woo! Something else that's easy, caption in a picture. Yes, let us caption this picture. This is a picture of a Seahawk fan with a rather large helmet. And that's what she said. All right. Dustin, caption that picture.
All right, the NFL unleashed its. Hold on. Let me try that
Hey,
one more
Dustin.
time.
Take 2. Wait. All right. All right. Hey, Dustin. Caption that picture.
Okay. The NFL released their images of their new helmets for next season. Dang it, I cannot spit this out, dude.
Concussion. Concussion. It's about concussions, right?
It's about concussions. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that was terrible.
Dustin, I'm afraid you will not make it as a comedian.
Yeah, not happening today.
You bad timing. Timing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Reading funny stuff. It just won't happen for you. Okay. Well, caption that picture.
Seattle recently signed the Brain to their 53-man active roster. Pinky is still on the practice squad.
Nice.
Oh, you get more than that, man. Hey, kids, Pinky in the Brain. You gotta love Pinky in the Brain.
One is a genius, the other's insane.
Yes. Oh, same thing we do every day, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Oh, God. Will, Pinky in the Brain. Thank you, Will. All right, here are mine. I have 2. All right. Yeah, this is the last time I order a small helmet from a Starbucks. I'll tell you that right now. That's, It's a joke. There you go. All right. Last time I ordered a small helmet from a Starbucks. All right, that's better. All right. And finally, of course, my ticket will be directly behind this guy. As usual. So, all right. That's the end of the third quarter.
It's the end of the third quarter, bitches.
Coming up, let's play a little Truth or Crap. You're listening to 12-Man Fan Jam Show, now with twice the taste and half the calories. We'll be right back after this.
Hello everybody, this is Statsman Mark, and when I'm not listening to Charo's greatest hits on 8-track tape, I'm listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show.
Holy shit, it's the fourth quarter.
Yes, it's time for the fourth and final quarter of this episode of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. And now it's time to play a little Truth or Crap. Truth or Crap. All right. Here's how it works. Each posse member and myself will tell you a little Seattle or Seahawk themed story or sentence. And then everyone else that is not telling that sentence has 60 seconds to interrogate that person to try to figure out if the story is truth or just crap. All right, I'm going to start. I have in my hand a deposition, a declaration, if you would, that I wrote in the year 1994, I believe. Let me check the date. No, 1996. 1996. And in 1996, I wrote a letter about being a Seahawk fan growing up in Indiana and how they cannot leave Seattle. And I got a letter in the mail from King County saying that they wanted to use my declaration in their multi-billion-dollar court case against the Seattle Seahawks should they decide to proceed with their move to Los Angeles. How cool is that?
It'd be really cool if it was true.
All right.
Very.
Ask me questions.
Who signed the letter?
Who signed the letter? I did.
No, the letter. When you heard back from King County, who specifically did you hear back from? Which office?
Oh, the law office? Oh, the law office. Okay, hold on. It was, okay, it looks like,
You're going to have to Google that faster, Dennis.
yeah, Danielson and Harrigan and Tollefson law office. Okay! Truth or crap?
I'm going crap.
Will?
I'm going truth.
Yeah, it's true. I got it right here.
Nice.
Yep, I recognize Tollefson, so
It scared the hell out of me because I got this thing from, lawyers in Seattle, and I'm like, why? And then I opened up and said, we want to use your letter in our court case. Should the Seahawks? I'm like, well, yeah. So I called him up. It was kind of cool. I called him up and I said, I need to call to give you permission. They're like, yeah, okay. Is it okay? And we're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I said, hey, we going to win this thing? She said, we better. I said, you better believe it. So if the Seahawks had moved to L.A., I might have been part of the $1 billion court case. How exciting is that? All right.
Dennis on Court TV.
I know, it's awesome.
And not for the last time, I might add.
My big claim to fame. And as I'm looking at the letter, it was really a crappy written letter, but oh well. All right. Will.
Yes, sir.
Engage us with your truth or crap.
On the morning of Super Bowl 40, I graced the cover of the Seattle Times along with all my Seahawk buddies I went to Detroit with and 2 random Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Nice.
I know part of this is true because I was there. I was there when the media horrors were assembled and they went off into the streets and yeah, I know a little bit about this. I know that there were Steeler fans involved. I know that you and the guys were out in the middle of the street stopping traffic. But I don't know. Dustin? What do you think?
Based on what you said and what he said, I'm going to have to go with it being true.
See, I don't remember. We had to leave because it was snowing really bad. So, I mean, we left like around before dinner time and it was snowing really bad. So this could happen later. It could happen when we were down there. I'm going to say crap because I don't think they took pictures. So what do you say? You say truth? I say crap. Will?
It is true.
No,
I was on a photo of the cover of the Seattle Times. These 2 random Steeler fans jumped in, which still pisses me off. And the funny thing was that was one of the rare pictures I was actually a part of. Usually when people wanted pictures of Neil and Jeff and Dee Dee and Brad and all those guys, I would just sit off to one side, usually for about a half hour, while everybody wanted to get their pictures taken.
Right.
Nice.
But I actually got in on this one, and everybody blew up my phone the next day. You're on the cover of the Seattle Times.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well,
Tell me you
I
kept
remember
one.
Will screaming, "Media horrors assemble!" and out they went out the door.
Yep.
It was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a copy somewhere. I'll have to see if I can find it. And
Yes.
Moses, if I can, I'll send you the picture.
Yes. Send me a picture if you can. Real quick, serious note, and we'll move on. Jeff Schumacher, we love you, man. We're thinking about you every single day. So
Yeah, it's not the same without you, bro.
no, it never will be the same without you, brother. Okay. Dustin.
Yeah.
Truth or crap?
Truth.
No, you tell us a story.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. I'll do that.
You do that.
So, as you guys know, I tailgate before every game, and we randomly have people.
Oh, that's not
Yeah, you nailed it, dude. And it's weird because we'll randomly have ex-players come through. We've had Dave Craig came through one time, got pictures with him, and Orlando Huff's been through a couple times. Chris Warren came by once, and yesterday happened to have Steve Largent walk through. Which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Orlando Huff. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. So you're saying Steve Largent was at the game yesterday and he came through, and what did he do?
He was in a hurry. He just walking through waving. And everybody's like, holy shit, that's Steve Largent. What is he doing?
Time. I'm Steve Largent. I'm going to the game.
Yeah. He was running a route to avoid everybody.
Oh. Behind him was Dave Craig, still tossing him the ball. Will, you got any questions for him about this?
About when was this?
I had a lot of beer. Oh, it was probably, I'm guessing, early afternoon, maybe mid afternoon.
Maybe early, mid, late afternoon.
Could have been, yeah.
Late, mid, early, evening, late afternoon.
I think it was early afternoon. Pretty sure.
Okay.
But never breakfast. Breakfast is totally out. No
it was not breakfast.
No.
I wasn't up there for breakfast.
Will, I'm going to say this is crap.
Well, I know he was there because he presented the Steve Largent Award to Cam Chancellor, so
crap.
I'm going to say true.
I'm going crap.
No, it was true.
No!
He walked through. Yeah. He came through. He didn't stop or anything, but he came walking through, and you hear people yelling Steve, and he just kept going super quick. And we're like, hey, was that Steve Largent? Are we sure? And then when we saw him hand out that award, he was wearing the same thing that the guy walking through the tailgate was. And I was like, okay, yep, that was definitely Steve Largent.
That was Steve Largent. Awesome. Nice story, and a nice ending to another wonderful edition of 12-Man Fan Jam Show, Truth or Crap.
Of the world.
Truth or crap. All right. Oh, my goodness. You know what that means? Oh, guys, that means it's time to end another wonderful edition of our 12-Man Fan Jam Show.
It's okay, Moses. We get to do this again next week.
Yay! We're so glad you decided to waste some time with us between now and next week, and we certainly hope you laughed a little and maybe you learned a little something. What did we learn in this episode? Well, we learned that Dustin is Rain Man when it comes to first downs. There's a thing called an action green FU, which is fantastic. And Will was once a media whore in Detroit. So, on behalf of my partner in crime who's not here, Matt, our wonderful news hound, Shadowhawk Will, Dustin as the Beaver, Roger Goodell, Mosette, Little Mo, Bart Starr, Vince Ferragamo, Buddy Hackett, Sheila McRae, Art Carney, good on everybody, and go Hawks!
Go Hawks!
All right, that's it. We're done.
Good deal.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.